So this week we are going to be drawing a turkey, and this is going to be a nice little project for us for Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving is still a few weeks out, so just remember that this week we're going to be drawing it, and then next week we'll color it. So there's about 2 weeks before you'll be finished with this, and then that'll be a good amount of time for you to take it home and put it up as a decoration or give it to your mom or your dad or your grown-ups as a gift for Thanksgiving, or to let your teachers in your classroom, if you are at the school, allow them to have time to use it to put out in the hallway as a decoration. So when we're drawing a turkey, we're going to just need a few different things. And if you don't have a marker, that's fine. You can use a black crayon, or you can just skip the outlining stuff. So really, the first week of pretty much every project, you just need a pencil and an eraser. And if you have an eraser on here, then you are perfectly good. If you don't, see if you can get a big eraser so you can erase any big mistakes that you make. So what we're going to be doing is using our hand, and hopefully you have one of those too, because you're going to trace your hand for your turkey. And we're not going to make it the super simple way, because I do want it to look a little bit better, like you're taking your time on it. Remember, in art, there are 2 big rules that I tell everybody. Number 1, draw big, and number 2, draw lightly. So do not give me any itty bitty teeny itty baby turkeys. I want it to take up as much of your page as it can, and that's why we're going to start with tracing our hand, because it should be big. And then number 2, draw lightly, is in case you make any mistakes. If you press too hard, it will not erase. So you have to work and practice pressing lightly with your pencil, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is a good opportunity to practice that. And if you make a mistake, just flip your paper over onto the other side, and you'll have a brand new piece of white paper on that side in case you do make any mistakes. So step 1, put your hand out. Make sure your fingers are spread all the way out. I don't want anything like this squished together, so we need our fingers spread out really nice. And then we're just going to trace our hand. So you're going to take your pencil and go all the way around all of your fingers and your hand. And it's okay if it gets a little wobbly. Just make sure that you keep your fingers still, that you're not moving around, because you don't want it to be super skinny fingers. So just all the way around, tracing my whole hand. And when you come up, you should have a nice outline of your hand, and you're going to have an opening down here. So we're just going to close that up. We're going to connect the dots. We're going to connect these points with a curved line, kind of like a smiley face on. And then we have a nice outline of our hand. Now we're not going to do the one where we put like a little face here and then that's our turkey, because that's way too easy. And I know that you big kids can, that you big little kids can do better than that. So that's like pre-K level. So we can do better than that. So what we're going to do is start with a big circle. So again, I don't want teeny tiny. I want it to be big. So this is going to be the head of your turkey. So about here, from my 3 fingers here in the middle is where I want it to kind of be the width of. So then I just draw a big circle. And if you can't draw a nice circle, that's okay. Just remember our little approach where we can put like little dots and just connect the dots. Now inside there, we're going to erase all of these lines inside our circle, because we don't have x-ray vision, so we won't be able to see that part. So this is going to be our turkey's head. So let's erase those lines that hopefully you drew lightly that are inside. And now we have our turkey's head. So now we're going to go ahead and put 2 big circles inside for his eyes, and another couple of circles in there. So now we have our turkey's eyes. Now we're going to do a big upside down triangle like that, and we have his beak. We're going to erase this line here because again, we don't have x-ray vision. And then we're going to give him his gobble. And his gobble, I'm not sure exactly what the word aside from gobble is that little red thing that comes off of the side. I'm going to erase that line, and now we have a pretty decent looking turkey so far. So what I want to do now is add some wings. So down here, I'm going to do a curvy line, and I'm going to go all the way out, kind of like a wave, and then I'm just going to come back in. I like to do curve and then zigzag, and then just back up. Then we can erase this line because the wing is going to cover it. So we've got one wing. Now let's go over here and give him his other wing. So a wavy line, and then we curve down, zigzag, and back up. Erase this line because we won't see it anymore. Now we got some little feathers, some little wings. Let's go ahead and give him his feet. So a rectangle that we haven't closed yet, and then just more rectangles. Just like that for one foot, but we need two. So two vertical lines next to each other, and some box shapes, just like that. So now he's got his feet and his legs. Now all we're going to do is work on his feathers up top. So in my fingers that are still there, I like to put a curved line, kind of like a sad face curve, at the top. So we have some feathers, but we should add some more. So all I'm going to do is a big curved line, again, kind of like a sad face curve, in between my fingers to add more feathers. Now here to my thumb is a really big area, so I don't know if we should put just one feather like we did here. So I'm going to see, we can probably do two. We're just going to come all the way down with that sad face curve to the hand there. And then I start back up here, curve until I touch. And now I can go in and put those sad face curves inside so we can color those areas different. Because sometimes when we draw turkeys, we like them to be more than just brown. And remember when we talked about last week with variety, if we just colored this whole thing brown, then it would be pretty boring. So having those areas gives us a chance to put like reds, yellows, oranges, and other colors like that. And that's pretty much it. So we've drawn our little turkey. He looks super cute. If you have any other details you want to put, like you could put little ovals on his beak, so he has his little nose holes, and that's pretty good. So make sure that your drawing is big like mine. You should be starting by tracing your hand, so it shouldn't be teeny tiny. And when you're done, you can trace it with your marker if you have a marker. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the one that I finished with tracing, and then we will be, we will be coloring this next week. Now, what I would like to do is use glue and brown construction paper for some of it, so we can kind of tear and glue little pieces of construction paper in. Now, if you're at home and you don't have brown construction paper, or you don't have glue, then we can just color. But if you do have a chance between now and next week, next art day, see if you can get brown construction paper like at the Dollar Tree or Walmart, and glue. But if you don't, that's fine. We can still just color it. But I'm going to be showing you a couple of different ways next week, so just make sure you know that we might be gluing if you have glue. So that's all we're doing this week. Make sure you get your turkey drawn nice and big and you trace him. And then remember at the bottom to write your name and send me a picture. So remember, there's three different ways. You can either post it to Schoology, your picture. You can have your grown-ups send it to me in Class Dojo, or you can just come to the Zoom, and during our Zoom time, you can hold it up to your camera, to your webcam, and show it to me, and I can put a grade in there. but make sure you're showing it to me one of those 3 ways or you're not going to have a grade. All right, guys, can't wait to see them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.